emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics. Hey, you Brainiacs, it's the Final Order Report, your one-stop preview for next month's new comics and your last call to pre-order before the print runs are locked and loaded. I am Dan Merritt, Chief Purchasing Officer here at Green Brain Comics, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on what's hitting our shelves starting Wednesday, January 7th, and what you'll want to pre-order by Monday at noon. That's December 8th. The Final Order Report and Green Brain Comics are proudly powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com or grab the mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account or log into your existing one to order, pay securely online, and make sure you never miss an issue. Today I'll be using Comichub to spotlight items from this week's Last Call for Confirmed Orders Carousel. And once you get into the app or website, click through on the green banner and you'll see the menu here. Search all items. That's everything in the most recent catalogs. This is everything with preview pages. Search arriving soon. That's everything on next week's invoice. And the last call menu is right here. Click through on that. Once you do that, you see you can scroll through all these cool cover images. And you can also filter by alphanumeric buttons on the top or drop downs for publisher, format, etc. Alright. I'd also like to thank Klezmergeddon for providing our intro theme song this week. Thanks, guys. Alright, now let's move right on over to Small Press Comics. First thing on order from Small Press on FOC this week is Toxic Avenger Comics number 6. This series is written by Matt Bors with art by Fred Harper, who also did this A cover. Then we got a facsimile edition of Archie, Jughead number 327. Which one is the real Jughead? Punk versus Funk. Got this classic Stan Goldberg cover and this Clash homage variant by Vincent Lavallo. Pecos Bill and the Guns of Oz number 2 drops on January 21st. And from Fantagraphics, available on January 21st, is Love and Rockets magazine monthly number 17 from the Hernandez brothers, Gilbert and Jaime, with a Jaime cover on this beautiful 32-page oversized $6.99 book. $6.99 book. Uncle Scrooge Legacy number 464 from Fantagraphics, Carl Barks, David Gerstein, Kari Karhonen. From Massive Distribution, we get Disavowed number 3 of 5, Heavy Metal Magazine number 4 with this beautiful Olivia D. Berardinis cover. Exciting Comics number 5 drops on February 4th. That's very forward-looking. And you get this cool Dave Stevens-like cover on Tomorrow Girl number 16 from Antarctic Press. Also debuting on January 7th is the milestone issue 200 for Ninja High School. This series has been, very long running through Antarctic Press, maybe even starting out Antarctic Press back in the day. This issue drops on January 7th with a Ben Dunn cover. And this B cover by Fred Perry. Oni Press releases Crownsville number 3 of a 5-issue miniseries on January 14th. and EC Catacomb of Torment number 7 with interior art by Sammy Cavella, Eric Battle, and Tom Fowler with this absolutely disgusting Ariel Olivetti cover. EC Cruel Universe Volume 2 number 6 with a Mike Huddleston cover. And Rick and Morty The End number 2. The Future is several asterisks by issue 9 from, what was the publisher on this one? Rekka Comics. Over at Titan Publishing, we get Conan the Barbarian, Scourge of the Serpent, the final issue of a 4-issue miniseries with a cover by Roberto De La Torre. Club Zodiac number 1 drops on January 21st. That's January 7th this month from Antarctic Press. In a crumbling city where blood runs cheaper than gas, a brooding cabbie with a taxi death machine cruises the streets. From creator Philip Nelson C. Raymond, who does interior artwork and this cover, a B cover by David Hutchinson, bringing those Simon Bisley feels. Axicab number 1, January 7th. Up at the mid-level publishers, we got Be Not Afraid, number 5. Blink and You'll Miss It, number 5. Dropping on January 28th. Hello Darkness, number 18. And Power Rangers Prime, number 14. Moving on up to Dark Horse Comics, we got John le Carre's The Circus Losing Control number 2, set for January 7th. And on January 28th, The Witcher Bloodstone number 1 from Daniel Friedman, Pius Bach, who also did this A cover. Got a B cover from Gigi Cavagnejo, a C cover from Axel Sauerwald, and this D cover from Patricia Pokoshelny. It's The Witcher Bloodstone number 1, drops on January 28th. You'll maybe want to pre-order this one. I haven't done very well with The Witcher in the past, but it's there. IDW Publishing returns to Monster High with Bermuda Triangle number 1, available on January 28th. Also return to Sleepy Hollow, continuing Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow movie storyline timeline. Yeah. IDW also releases Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Casey Jones number 4 on January 28th. Also that same day, we get the release of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures Continued number 33. Valiant Beyond Tales of the Shadow Man number 5. This is part 2 of Ghosts of the Bayou, with a cool cover by Nathan Burr. Ignition Press releases Beauty number 3 with this cover by Jeremy Hahn. And Murder Podcast number 4 also has a Jeremy Hahn cover. No Place number 3 from Tim Seeley and Stefano Simeone drops on January 28th. And on January 21st, we get a second printing of Voyeur number 1 with this beautiful Yannick Paquette cover. January 14th is the debut of Bloodland number 1 from B. Claymore and Mac Chatter. The United States is collapsing, and then there are the vampires. The president is deep into an unconstitutionally extended term, seized and shielded by executive orders, martial law, and a stacked Supreme Court. With support splintering, Cross forges an alliance with a cabal of ancient European vampires. And the story continues from there, from B. Claymore and artist Mac Chatter, who has this A cover. We got a B cover from Christopher Mitten, and that all drops on January 14th from Ignition Press. All right, that does it for the small and mid-sized pubs. Let's move on over to our final order report on Image Comics. The first thing in Image Comics this week is Blood and Thunder, number 9. Die Loaded, number 3. Beautiful Stephanie Hans cover. Final Boss, number 1, gets a second print with this recolored Ryan Otley variant. And the final installment of the 2-part expansion Protocols debuts on January 14th from Free Planet, number 8. Geiger, number 20, is part 1 of The Northerner, Dead America. After the explosive finale of Redcoat, the Northerner, the mysterious Union soldier finds himself face to face with Tarek Geiger in the radioactive future. But is he here to help or to change everything? Uh-oh. The next era of Geiger begins here. Then we get the final part of the Dreadnought War as it concludes in G.I. Joe number 17 from Joshua Williamson and Tom Riley, who did this wraparound cover. Rogue Sun number 32. Spawn the Dark Ages number 3 from Liam Sharp. And Gunslinger Spawn number 50. Continuing, this is part 2 of an oversized storyline crossing over into all of the Spawn number 50 issues. We got this A cover by Todd McFarlane, a B cover by Puppeteer Lee, and look at this cute Scotty Young cover. He gets Spawn. He gets him. It's Gunslinger Spawn number 50, available on January 14th from Image Comics. Ooh, hey, look, we get Transformers 28. This apparently got a press conference together for this issue. It's so important, from Robert Kirkman and artist Dan Mora. It's going to affect all 3 of the big titles from Energon Universe, Transformers, Void Rivals, and G.I. Joe. We also feature this cover by David Nakayama. And a Daniel Warren Johnson cover. Ooh, look at this Jorge Corona cover. Mirage and Bulkhead are back in action. Get ready for awesome! And Archie makes a stunning decision that will shock every Transformers fan. Available on January 14th. And that does it for Image Comics this week. Just a heads up, there are no pre-orders this week for DC Comics. Probably because of the holiday, because they doubled up all their solicits last week. So nothing new to order in DC this week. It doesn't mean there's going to be a skip week from them. They just offered ahead. So let's move right on over into Marvel Comics. And the first thing from Marvel Comics this week is Star Wars number 9. It's the end for the New Republic. With this Phil Noto cover, Star Wars number 9 drops on January 21st. Aliens versus Captain America number 3 with this ACO variant. Kinda Sterankovian. New Avengers number 8 with this Karen Darbo variant. This is very pretty. I like this one a lot. This has interior art by Tom Lima. Black Panther Intergalactic number 2, spinning out of events in Imperial. This issue drops on January 21st from Victor Laval and Stefano Nessi on interiors. Daredevil Punisher, The Devil's Trigger, number 3, January 21st. And Fantastic Four, number 7, the part 2 to the current Invincible Woman storyline. Invincible Woman's getting pretty Omega level with her powers. And Ryan North, writer for this current series, is doing everything he can to put her front and center with this cover by interior artist Humberto Ramos. Hulk Smash Everything number 2 drops on January 21st. Also from writer Ryan North, with interiors by Vincenzo Caratu and this fun cover by Adam Kubert. Infernal Hulk number 1 gets a second printing variant by Dan Panosian. And Planet She-Hulk number 3 drops on January 21st from Stephanie Phillips in this swell Aaron Cooter cover. The Punisher Red Band is back for number 3, second print. And Amazing Spider-Man suffers the Night of the Goblin Slayers from Joe Kelly, John Romita Jr. Cover and interiors. Spider-Man and Wolverine number 9. Let's see, Arachnix attacks. All new villain Arachnix deploys his sinister scheme. With interiors and a cover by Carrie Andrews. Spider-Man number 94 drops on January 21st. And Thor number 6 with this Alex Ross cover. Wiccan Witches Road just debuted this last week, and issue 2 is scheduled for January 21st with this Lucas Verneck cover. And the epic finale to the Ultimate Black Panther in number 24, T'Challa versus the Progenitors in a final showdown. Progenitors. T'Challa versus the Progenitors, yes, from writer Brian Hill and artist Stefano Caselli, who did this A cover. All right, now we're getting near the end of the list for Marvel this week. X-Men number 24. Bring on the Bad Guys from Jed McKay and artist Tony Daniel, who does interiors and this A cover. We get a second issue of X-Men of Apocalypse, Jeff Loeb, Simone DeMeo, and a new debut series spinning out of the events of Age of Revelation, the Inglorious X-Force. Cable returns from the future with a handful of clues and gaping holes in his memory. An assassination is at hand, and it's up to Wolverine, Archangel, and his former teammate Boom Boom to follow Cable's lead into the fire. But who are they after, and what secret does Cable's faulty memory hide? Be here for the ground floor of the mystery, and strap in for the most extreme thrill ride in Xdom as an all-new X-Force blazes into battle. From writer Tim Seeley and interior artist Michael Santa Maria. We get an A cover from R.B. Silva. Clayton Crane, apparently not final trade dress. I wonder if this is going to be one of his trading card series. Francesco Manna. Jeff Shaw. This is a trading card format, huh? And this swell looking Jason Burrows tribute variant. I think, yeah, I'm backing up. Arg. It's Inglorious X-Force #1, drops on January 21st. And finally from Marvel Comics, on January 21st is the debut of Rogue #1, spinning out of Shadows of Tomorrow. Or this is part of the Shadows of Tomorrow era. Sure, you can't outrun the past. Rogue has an idyllic life with her sweet Remy LeBeau, but there are still skeletons in her closet, ones that come out when she least expects it. Rogue has worked so hard to leave her villainous past behind. Unfortunately, the past doesn't stay in the past. What happens when it slams you right in the face? What past sin would make Rogue leave Haven House? Do Mystique and Destiny hold the answer? From writer Erica Schultz with interior art by Luigi Zagaria, Rogue #1 has this A cover by David Nakayama. Jason Burrows. Okay, back on track. Kevin Wada. Guruhiru. And Scotty Young. I hear there's a Lyrics Lee variant that's supposed to be posted very soon. Keep an eye out for that one. It's Rogue #1, dropping on January 21st from Marvel Comics. And that, folks, does it for Final Order Report this week. But before I let you go, I want to show you a little bit about some upcoming events in and around the store. And our next big event is December 12th. It's our bi-monthly Drink and Draw, hosted at Downey Brewing Company. This is co-hosted by our pals at Blick Art Material, who bring pencils, markers, paper, and more. They've always got some cool new products that they're showing off. We'll be there with some Comic Jam activity resources. And of course, Downey Brewing Company will be hosting with their fine adult beverages. And they even got some non-alcohol beverages there for y'all. It's a Drink and Draw, the holiday edition, December 12th from 7 to 9 at Downey Brewing Company. Check out downeybrewingcompany.com for more information. And our friends over at the Senate Theater are putting together a holiday shorts program from the Rankin and Bass Library of Christmas specials. This all happens on Saturday, December 13th at a special matinee showing with 12 and under getting in for free. It's the Rankin Bass Holiday Shorts at the Senate Theater. SenateTheater.com for more info. And join us back at Green Brain Comics on the third Monday of the month. That's December 15th at 7 p.m. for Brain Candy number 73. This next monthly event features music from Zozette Gear, the prose of Jimmy Showers, poetry from Jennifer Blackledge, and the visual art of Mia Moberly. It all happens at Green Brain Comics, presented for no charge and put together in part by the Green Brain Brain Candy Network. It's Brain Candy number 73. And join us back here on YouTube every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. for our live weekly preview of New Comic Book Day from the floor of Green Brain Comics. It's BRAINSCAN with your host, April O'Neil, and cameraman Leonardo. And you can join me back here right around this time next Friday for Final Order Report, your last opportunity to pre-order many of these variants that I might not even get for the shelf. You can get them. We'll get them for you. We'll do all that. All right. Thanks for tuning in to the Final Order Report. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All the links you need for our shopping cart website and Comic Hub are right below in the description. We've been spreading the love of comics and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics. Thanks for watching, folks. Emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics.